I want to start off with saying that a lot of the Stronghold core values are actually life values. So being self-aware at a workplace or in a professional setting really would mean being aware of what you know and what you don't know, being mindful of the information and the knowledge that you have. You have to step back to unlearn what you know and what you unconsciously do. I love the idea that you have to unlearn that and then relearn what actually is more applicable.
Having good judgment means utilizing the company's resources to the best ability that we have. We really focus on thinking strategically about how do we approach this problem? What's the right potential solution? Do we even want to solve the problem in the first place? Or maybe we decide that's not something that we want to focus on right now. How do we get at the root of the problem rather than just looking at symptoms? And using good judgment is how deep do we need to go on this particular problem at this particular time in order to solve that?
So be curious as a core value is, to me, sort of like the why value. If you think about, when you were 3 or 4 years old and everything was why, right? Why is the sky blue? Why is the grass green? You're not afraid to take a step back and ask questions, right? And just get a really good understanding of your peers, of the world around you. Don't be afraid to geek out or be a little nerdy, right? Like really dig deep into a specific area of question or of learning, and try to provide yourself with a deep understanding.
I think seeking innovation is taking a problem that is super complex and super complicated and basically trying to simplify it and break it down so that you can find the most executable way in order to solve a complicated problem. Creating new ideas or breaking outside of the status quo, coming up with a new and creative way in order to solve a problem that's faced.
Being an excellent communicator means to me to listen well, to be concise and articulate in what you're trying to get across. It also means to treat others with respect and being calm in situations when your points don't necessarily align. Folks come from different walks in life and have different things that they bring to the table. In the end, you just want to arrive at accomplishing the goal and getting the different perspectives to become benefits and making the solution that much better.
To have a high impact, you have to have a bias for action. You have to focus on what really matters, and you have to follow through to completion.
One easy way to think of being bold is, in our business, I do think that fortune favors the bold. You really have to put yourself out there in order to be successful. Challenging the status quo, I think everyone's encouraged to speak up. And we all have our own individual truths, and I think we get to the right place when everyone's voice is heard. Being bold is also about taking risks. Sometimes it doesn't go as you want, but the important thing is to get out there and do it.
Being selfless to me means that you don't really let your ego get in the way if you're trying to work towards something. It also means supporting the people around you so that they can be successful. I think it also means kind of keeping your projects open and transparent. And that's important because that way your knowledge can become everyone's knowledge. Being selfless is helping out where you can, even if it involves getting your hands dirty a little bit.
Being accountable to me means that you take responsibility. You are the owner in every situation, even if that is good or bad. You're open to admitting when you made a mistake and you're not necessarily looking for excuses. And with that ownership, you're actively looking for possibility and progress, both inside and outside your function.
To me, being honest means to be direct. It also means you only say things about others what you'll actually say to their face. It also means that people know where exactly you stand. You don't let any kind of politics or emotions get in the way. You just say things directly to others.
Showing grit means to me that you accept any challenge with very can-do attitude and you do whatever it takes to overcome any speed bumps that may happen along the way. If you take one step back, you're gonna do 2 steps forward, very resilient. It also means taking ownership of certain tasks and seeing through until the end, making sure they're completed, and you did it.